Everyone is entitled to be happy. Take benefits of yourself now while still able to do physical activities. I'm on my senior years, living solo here in France, outside my own country, Philippines. Traveling is one thing you'll be proud of and enjoy the benefits of being able to do it as a retired senior. And I am documenting places and countries I visited in that you may like to visit too in the future. In order to have an enjoyable journey, I traveled with a Filipino friend. We took a train from Camps to Marseille, Marseille to Narbonne. Enjoying our train ride as it is about 5 hours travel. But no hassles. We took our hot drinks of our choices at the train bar. We arrived at Narbonne, France, still a few kilometers from Spain, because a friend has to fetch us with her car to Barcelona. We're 3 on the go, voila! After a few while waiting for a friend, voila! She finally arrives. Yay! We are on our way to Spain, Barcelona! It took us about 2 hours car trip from the borders of France to Barcelona. Now, our first meal at the land of Spain, but we are in a Filipino restaurant. No wonder. Some Filipino customers too, aside from us.
Asos ginoo ko. Unsa man di ayoy? Magkita ra man dito dire.
And this is where we stayed at Hospitalier District, Barcelona. Thanks to Vivian for lending us her flat to stay. We are heading now to visit the famous Sagrada Familia at the center of the city of Barcelona.
Sagrada Familia ng Barcelona. Wow! Ito na. Ito na. So, we're moving inside. Wow! Hello! The Sagrada Familia is the largest unfinished Catholic church in the world. It is built initially by Francesco Paula Villar, an architect sometimes in the 18th century. And it was followed by Anthony Gaudi in 1884. Can you imagine the target date to finish this one? It will be in 2026, because it is depending solely on private donations, and also it was halted due to the death of Anthony Gaudi in 2026, and then also the World War II. Some period at 1950s they were able to reconstruct it again, but then also halted during our pandemic, 3 years of our pandemic recently, and that's it. Then we made a quick tour around the city of Catalonia, Barcelona. This is the famous market in Barcelona. They call it La Boqueria, Mercat de Sant Josep, where you can buy everything from fresh foods, dried vegetables and legumes, dried fruits, fresh fish, meats and poultry. Everything you can find it there. Voila! Everywhere in the world you can always find Filipino or Filipina walking, and in this place a lot of kabayan is working there as vendors. Now, this is the famous La Rambla Street at central Barcelona. It is about 1.2 kilometers walkway or a pedestrian street lined with some trees on sides and markets, and that's it. We felt a little bit exhausted, so then we decided to take our lunch. It was almost late lunch, around 2 p.m. at the Spanish tapas bar and restaurant somewhere in the middle of Catalonia center. Another Filipina worker in Spain. As I've said, everywhere Filipinas and kabayans are there. the famous open plaza at Central Catalonia. A lot of doves there. There are a lot of choices also to visit places around Barcelona city. They have tour buses. You can have your choices according to the designated tourist destination. At this time, we are at the Sky View or Rooftop Restaurant in Catalonian City, particularly at the Arenas de Barcelona. It is a huge shopping center building where it is overlooking the city. As we move down from the glass mirrored Skyview restaurant, this is the actual view on the ground. Look at that. At the end of the day, on the first day tour, we moved to visit the famous port area with very nice scenes and park views. And the place is very refreshing since you can feel the night breezes from the sea. At this point, we moved to the higher ground in Catalonia City to watch over the majestic fountain. But we are so very unlucky not to see it this time because there was no show. And it is supposed to be showing us some spectacular lights emitted from the fountain. And it is also an overlooking view the whole Catalonia City. On this day, we'll be visiting two sites, the salt mine and the sanctuary of Monserrat in the Cova district of Barcelona, and it is about an hour drive from where we stayed. We are going at this time on the sites to a salt mine or mining salt inside the cave. And the weather at this time is very cold, breezy and windy. It's about 6 degrees. Wow, so cold. We are now at this point registering ourselves at the information office, and there is an options for the vocal explanations of the site. If you don't speak Spanish, it is given through, you can listen through the headsets of the language of your preferences, and also some instructions are given to us for safety reasons, as it is very dangerous, considered dangerous inside the cave. Hindi pwede ka naman mag-screenshot dyan sa video, I will be showing the whole my adventure inside the salt mine in a separate video. You can see everything, what is going on inside, how they operate, and how the salt came there. At the moment, enjoy some views, some previews inside the cave, but see you soon on my next video, the whole adventure inside. And now from the mine salt, we are heading now to the sanctuary of Monserrat, and it is about 30 half hour drive from our location, in because it is also located in same district in Cardona. This is at the other side of the hill, where you can see some villages down, while on my right is the mountain where the sanctuary is located. Monserrat is a multi-peak mountain range in Catalonia, Spain. It has a very phenomenal view where the Benedictine retreat by Benedictine monks is also located. This Benedictine monastery is also called Santa Maria de Monserrat, house the statue of Virgin de Monserrat, or the Black Madonna. The history is very fascinating. It started at around the year 880, when a small group of children saw a bright light descending from the sky in the Monserrat mountain. And this appeared to have the image of Virgin Mary. And they have told these things to their parents, so the parents came to see also what's going on. So they have witnessed themselves to the appearance of Virgin Mary, until the stories goes on and on. Some religious groups also have visited this have visited this vision. So they wanted to show themselves, they wanted to prove themselves how true was the stories of the children is. So they have witnessed themselves also the appearance, the image of Virgin Mary. To Romans, it is called Monserratus, or the Sawtooth Mountains sa Bisaya and Visayan dialect. Gabas, ngipon sa gabas. That's it. Sorry, it has been, I have translated this one into our own dialect. It is a serrated mountain or a jagged mountain range. From that time on, it has been marked with a holy grotto. It was been ordained as a holy place and mostly visited by a lot of pilgrims, because it is considered a sacred or some healing powers. According to some others, they believe some healing powers is there in this sacred mountain. And the other side of the story is told that the Santa Cova de Monserrat, or the Holy Cave of Monserrat, is where the Virgin of Monserrat was traditionally hidden during the Moorish invasion and later discovered by the shepherds, the children, in the year 880. And the discovery leads to the founding of the Santa Maria de Monserrat Abbey. In the middle of our journey, we met one Filipina from Los Angeles, and she's from Dumaguete. We make few bizo-bizo, and finally we move on. This is inside the sanctuary. When we are proceeding now, we are lining up now to see and to touch and to feel the image of Mary de Monserrat, or the Black Madonna. You see the huge queue lining up there, and the image of Maria de Monserrat is being protected with the glass. And this is it. I'm about to witness the grotto, the image of the Virgin of Monserrat. At the far end of the sanctuary, located the pilgrim's prayer room, where one could say a little prayer or prayer of thanks or any prayer request to the Virgin of Monserrat, as it is considered holy and mystical. At the sides of the sanctuary going out, there is a place where to light the candles, as it is one of our prayer rituals for some Catholic devotees. And that ends our Montserrat journey in Barcelona. I felt some relief that I had witnessed and I had done the pilgrimage myself to the world's most famous Catholic pilgrimage site, Monserrat, Barcelona. Our last night of Barcelona tour ended up with a karaoke singing session at Vivian's flat where we stayed. Voila, voila. Bye. See you in my next video.